Well, is it? Is it going to happen? Is the inevitable almost going to happen today?
Feels like 2023 all over again.
And also 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023.
No, 2021 after a point you got a definitely not, right?
Definitely not, yeah. But yes, you felt as if it was 2023.
But 2023, if you ask me as a neutral, I think 2023 felt a little different in terms of, bidding MS Dhoni a farewell. That every match CSK played, it had more that flavor. This time around, maybe it went missing. But that's also to say, maybe fans have started to expect that there is another season and Mahendra Singh Dhoni left over there.
See, the main context of why we are doing this particular special live in the middle of the game is because there was a post that came from the Chennai Super Kings handle. That post mentioned Yellarkum thanks. Matlab they played on the wordplay of yellow, Yellorkum thanks, meaning thank you to everyone. And the post mentioned that yes, please stay back, requesting all super fans to stay back at the stadium after the match.
And in fact, it also adds something special coming your way.
Yeah.
Yes.
What could that special thing be, I wonder?
Now, is it going to be MS Dhoni set to announce an IPL retirement, meaning this could be the last game that he could play at Chepauk? But a lot of fans have told me, I've also interacted with them, and also many of the CSK faithful have also said that wait and watch, because this might not be the last game for MS Dhoni at Chepauk. What if, looking at the current situation between Rajasthan Royals, Chennai Super Kings are winning? Maybe, if they win.
Yeah.
Then, yes, you may not be guaranteed a top 2 finish.
Yeah.
But you are still in with a chance of qualifier 2, which will happen at Chepauk. There is one section of the fans that say that this is the more practical source. This is the last league game for Chepauk in IPL 2024.
Yeah.
And we have seen what has happened. Maybe, looking and keeping aside all the emotional hullabaloo that is there, you have seen whenever there is a last league game, they go around the lap of honor, they go around the stadium, they interact with the fans, they say thank you, they wave, like what happened last year for Chennai Super Kings. We all thought that, oh, maybe it's the last time he's going to play at Chepauk.
So it could be much on similar lines, right? What we saw, it could also be, we're talking about possibilities here. While if you ask me, I think there's been little indication this time around. But if you were to just, it's actually because there's nothing 100% that we know right now. There's actually both ways of looking at it. Yes, it could be his last. Yes, it could not be his last as well. So nothing right, nothing wrong over there that I see. When you look at his knee, the condition that it's in, we know last year he said, and it's those statements that we're going by, because with Mahendra Singh Dhoni, you anyway don't get to hear much from him, but times that he speaks, everything that he says stays in the minds of the fans and everyone who watches him. What did he say? It'll be unfair if I was to step down or if I was to announce my retirement, but the fans in Chennai have been special to me, and if it has to happen, it will happen in front of them.
Yep. So, see, it is very evident there are two sections of CSK super fans, okay?
Yeah.
If we have to look at Saravanan Hari, you all will know that fan, that yellow fan who always comes, cheers the team on, has got a Rachin Ravindra kind of a hairstyle at this point. He had categorically told me, and he keeps on telling me over and over again, sir, don't speculate that, please. Dhoni will retire in Chepauk. Because if it happens, CSK's fans will never ever be able to emotionally control themselves. That is the aura that MS Dhoni has. Other sections of fans and a lot of the CSK faithful believe that, see, CSK are still with the playoff chance. It's not as if they're totally out of it.
Yeah.
He might bid his final hurrah at qualifier 2, which will happen. See, Ahmedabad is hosting 2. The only way the plans can go awry is CSK get eliminated in the eliminator itself. Now, we have seen MS Dhoni in the past. Test retirement. How did he go about it? He suddenly announced after the press conference,
Dressing room
that I am retiring.
Yeah.
Look at how did he announce his international retirement.
Tweet.
1929 hours on
Instagram.
15th August 2020 on Instagram, consider me retired. And then he had the Pal Do Pal Ka Shayad. Aditya Kavlekar, one of our family members, stated that maybe this time it'll be a Bolejo Koyal in the background when he announces his retirement. So that is why, honestly, if you have to look at it, and GGK, even when I was doing the toss update, he kept on pinging like a railway announcer that yes, I told you this will be the last game. I think he's even pinged here also.
Yes, I see his message over there. He says that I told you, Siddharth, Dhoni's last match today.
It is not his last game today.
I mean, see, there's going to be speculation about it for very, very obvious reasons, but at this point, I do sometimes feel like it goes to a point where it's almost obsessive.
It is.
I mean, I understand, the man's a legend, the man is someone who evokes a lot of emotions, but more often than not, what we've seen with Dhoni is that he prefers fuss-free retirements.
Yeah.
So I'm not really holding this on him.
Yeah.
I'm holding the fans accountable here, that you look for any sign. I think signs have been there that he will probably be calling it quits this season. I mean, there was a sign right at the beginning of the season, before the season even started, when he handed over captaincy, as short a sign as any that he's going to call it quits. And if you look at the way, the reason he had that surgery last year was to keep himself in some sort of a good fitness condition this year. Now we hear his workload's being managed again.
Correct.
So I don't think he would be wanting to sign up for another 3 years. I just don't. So I think it's going to happen. As and when it happens, I would be frankly shocked if it happens today. Because if you look at that post, it says something special. This doesn't seem like something special. Something special is more often not in a good way. This would bring CSK fans to tears.
I would say maybe MS Dhoni is going to address the fans today. Maybe that could be the special thing.
But what will he say?
If he says, he will say about thank you so much for all the love and thank you for all these kind of things. He might speak to the fans. But knowing MS Dhoni, he will not.
You get a feeling from Mahendra Singh Dhoni, it could be the kind of address whenever that day happens, and it will be very uncharacteristic of Mahendra Singh Dhoni to take that route, but I have a feeling that he will, because of what he said about the CSK fans on umpteen occasions in the past. Again, going back to what he said to Harsha Bhogle at the final last year. So you want me to talk about my future? And then he goes about talking about it and says that yes, my body will determine how good I am. It's been a dodgy knee that I've played with. How my body shapes up is going to determine what I do next year. But it will be very unfair on me to not bid a proper farewell to the CSK fans, who are one of the most loyal fans he's ever come across in his career. He is Chennai's adopted son, as we all know.
Exactly.
So I have a feeling that if Dhoni is to address, going by what you say, Siddharth, and I also have a feeling that could be the thing. Whether it happens today or not, we'll have to wait and see. But the day that it happens, it won't just be as discreet or quiet a manner in which his previous retirement announcements have happened. This time around, there will be dialogue. This time around, I feel there will be communication.
Exactly. And again, the thing about, this is MS Dhoni's last game, why would you want to portray that? Why would you want to say it? Why do you want to distract Chennai Super Kings' playoff chances then? It's not as if this is the last league game they are playing. They are playing one more game. So that is why at Chepauk, sure, the sentiment will be there. What I think is it is just going to be memorabilia that will be distributed. There is going to be all the other things which is there. They will bid goodbye to the fans and then say, for MS Dhoni, all the camera action will be on him only. The focus will be on him. So I don't look at it as a retirement post. I don't look at it as a retirement speech. It is just something special, meaning there will be interactions, there will be memorabilia gifted to the fans. If MS Dhoni announces his retirement now as of May 12th, then I'm sorry, he's done the greatest disservice to Chennai Super Kings by distracting them in the middle of a playoff race.
Correct.
It is the playoff after all, and today if Chennai win, which they have to, because they'll then open up a gap, because the other game has got massive importance in this build up to the playoffs. So that's why I think MS Dhoni will play another game. Whether he plays at Chepauk, that is another thing altogether. He will play, if they get to qualify too, he will play there. If Chennai don't win, then it was all the time expected. Bye bye, Tata.
No,
it was great.
It could also be, I'm not saying that he will take immediate retirement, but just intimate that okay, this is my last now. Whatever number of games I have to play, I'm not saying instant. What you are referring to is probably instant retirement.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Yeah.
That this was my last game. I'm not expecting that. Maybe it's an announcement that wherever we finish this year, but this is my last.
Right. It could be. So let's see, because now we are going to see the Chennai Super Kings batting at this point in time.
And by the way, speaking of their batting, RR's innings only has 1 over left.
1 over less. So we'll be back within 2 minutes for the mid innings. So join us then. Until then, subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Bye bye.